Oh yeah, I forgot. The person who sent me this box, they also sent me episode 1 of season 2, so we do have episode 1 already. Season 2 related to 1. I don't know. Oh, this is nice. Nice for my back. Rolling back on the ball. Oh, you can see my nose. I think for the season 2 that I bought, I'm pretty excited because they said that they didn't play all of them. So I think like 4 of the 6 boxes are still unopened. So we'll have them basically brand new. So I'm excited for that. Okie dokie. I made ginger tea. I'm sure that'll set me straight. Let's see. What do we have here? A necklace? I can't wear my face too big. We have... Oh, this little fluff scared me. I thought it was a spider. Family portrait. Oh, there's a little ring of text here. Oh, it's a newspaper article. Light reveals the hidden creature. Ooh. Okay. Shadow construct? Is that one of the... Oh yeah. That was in here. Ducky. Oh, so maybe we need to put them together and then something changes. This is definitely a note from Carver. That's his usual paper. Rosemary's journal pages. Letter from Anthony. Oh god, I threw that through the room. And love notes. That must be these. Okay, we are set. And let's read Anthony's thing first. And then we can open the iPad as well. Okay, are we ready? The last episode of season 1. Hello, investigator. Hello there. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Move the microphone. Rosemary and the boys are still nowhere to be found, and being involved in this search has me constantly looking over my shoulder and feeling as though I'm on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I have no idea how... I misread. I skipped the line. I have no idea how you managed to keep this up for so long, but I'm getting off track. There's been a development. Someone uploaded a new file to Rosemary's website. Based on the site's permissions, it must have been sent from Rosemary's phone. However, the file is password protected and I haven't been able to access it. I put in every possible password I could think of. Then I tried to answer the security question to bypass the password protection, but I had no luck there either. It was a very strange question. I had completely run out of ideas on what to do when Tank showed up scratching at my doorstep. He's okay! Half-starved and matted in dirt. Tank barely recognized me. He growled at me like I might hurt him at first, but eventually he seemed to remember who I was. When I finally thought he'd calmed down, he just took off like it was chasing a squirrel. I followed him from my front porch all the way to the edge of the woods, but he stopped right before the border. It wasn't like he was afraid, though, just like he wanted me to follow him. I must have stood there for 15 minutes before I had the courage to finally do it. I think the only reason I did it was because it was in broad daylight. Tank led me to this old white tree stump. Oh my god, Tank, what is you doing? Center of a hollow of trees. Rosemary told me about this place. It was where she and Hudson would leave notes for one another as teenager. The stump was hollowed out, just like she mentioned it was, but most of the notes inside seemed to have been put there recently. Almost lost my balance. Along with a letter and a pendant that seemed to have come straight from Carver. But that can't cause us to lose hope entirely. Because another of the more recent-looking notes was written by Rosemary herself. I'm sending you everything I found in the stump. Based on what Rosemary wrote, it sounds like she knows that there are still people out there looking for her. She's trying to leave as much of a trail as she can. The items and papers that were hidden in the stump all seem to be about the Kent family, although I doubt that Rosemary put all of them there herself. I don't want to dwell on who put them there, because whatever answer I come up with will likely cause me to experience a full-blown panic attack. The important thing to focus on is that perhaps the answer to the security question is hiding somewhere within those documents. If you can answer the security question on the locked file at kentcase.com, you can unlock it and maybe we'll finally get the answers we need. The password to the case itself is Nightfall 1. Nightfall 1. Okay. So, locked video file, there it is. So we need the password. So these are new posts. Nothing begins and nothing ends. There are only the trees and darkness. There has only ever been the trees and the darkness. There will only ever be the trees and the darkness and the cold and something. The children are her. The children are hers. You cannot take her children from her. They are hers. They have always been hers. They were marked as hers from birth. That's what I said! Mother will always fight for us, and Father will always watch over us from his resting place at the hollow, where he carved his heart and spilled his blood, and where she was brought by those much more powerful than she. They are both so close, but they are still not together. Not yet. Mom, come here. Mom, come closer. We're waiting in a cozy house with a chimney and a cold, cold basement. Mom, please. He made us from scratch. He scratched our skin out of bark, carved our bones out of branches, hacked our faces forth from the blank, flat space of a tree trunk, bound our limbs with twine, made our bodies and broke them and made them all over again. He is our Father now. He was our Father always, always. Come join him, Mother. Come make our family whole again. They're here. They're all around me. I can hear them laughing. Their voices are something and cruel and innocent and young and ancient. None of them are mine. They're all hers, and they leave handprints on the trees and clothes and my skin, and he is somewhere close by waiting for me to give up and join him. Edit. This is Anthony. I just want to let whoever is doing this know that this isn't funny. Stop it. This is no laughing matter. This is not a game. A woman and her children are missing. Rosemary, if you can somehow see this, please hang in there. Cool. What we need is a password to get in. And then we get a video. Ooh, instead of a sound file. So after that, we have Rosemary's journal pages. I found the stump. The spot where Hud and I used to leave each other notes. It's the place where we used to meet. The hours we spent here were some of the happiest I've ever had. Even this place I share with my husband has been tainted now. This goddamn forest is taking everything from me. Some of this stuff shouldn't even be here. When I think about it, though, I should have expected one more insult from this forest. Tristan's birth announcement. God, this place is taunting me. Carver is taunting me. But I'm going to be the one to win in the end. I have to be. As difficult as it is to maintain hope, I can't entertain any other possibility right now. There is no point in writing any of this down to try to account for what's real and what's a nightmare, because it doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave these journal pages here. Maybe someday somebody will find them. I'm going to keep searching, keep looking for my boys. I'm not leaving these woods without them. God, I hope someone finds this. If someone does, if someone is actually reading this, don't come in here. Not if my boys somehow make it out. If they get out and I'm still in here, don't come get me. You'll only get lost too. Can't give up. I can't give up, but it's scrambled. But I can't give up. This might connect. Ooh, it says, I'm so sorry, Mom. There. I wonder why. I thought the sun was gonna come up. I had hoped for just a second. I was sleeping, not that I knew what time it was, only that I was tired and had to lie down for just a minute. And when I opened my eyes, there was light. It was a sunrise. I sat there for hours just staring at it, hoping, praying the sun would find the strength to rise, but it sunk back down, swallowed up by the endless canopy of trees. I think I moved past fear somehow. I'm seeing the stick figures. I'm hearing things all around me, and I'm noticing how my heart isn't pounding, how I can't feel the blood rushing into my ears anymore. Now I hear things in the night, and I scream back at them. I saw what I thought might have been another person at first. Someone wearing all white. Someone else lost in the woods. Then it came closer and I saw that it was something with flesh the color of maggots and barely any meat on its bones. Its skin was twitching and writhing, as though it was full of insects. I tried to hide behind some trees, holding my breath in case it hurt me. Then it slowly turned towards my direction and I saw that it didn't have a face. It started walking towards me and then running. I was so afraid that I couldn't move. I just scrunched my eyes closed and thought, this can't be it. And then, when I didn't feel any pain for a long moment, I opened my eyes and realized that I was curled up in my tent. I must have dreamed it, although I don't remember falling asleep or even setting up the tent. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sensation of hands around my neck, but of course there was no one there. Still, my neck hurt, and I used the camera on my phone to take a look at it. There are 2 handprint-shaped bruises circling my neck. Even now, hours later, they're throbbing in pain. It hurts to call out for Tristan and Liam, but that's not gonna stop me. Okay. I don't know what's the first part and what's the second part. There's no direction anymore. I tried to mark trees so I'd know where I'd been. I drew big X's so that I wouldn't be able to miss them. At first it seemed to be working. I seemed to be going in a new direction. No marks on any trees. But then out of nowhere, every tree was marked. Every single goddamn tree was marked with my and Hud's initials. Just like when we left our mark on the tree when we were kids. I hear children, but they're not mine. Someone screaming in the dark. A man calling out for help. The voice is familiar, but I can't quite place it. The screaming hasn't stopped, but I think I recognize who it's coming from now. I think it's the old sheriff, Lanning, Wes Lanning's uncle Emmett. I remember him visiting my school when I was a kid, talking about stranger danger. He can't really be out there. I must be hearing things. I tried to find the source of the screaming. It got louder and louder, calling for help over and over again, until it finally turned into wordless howls of pain. And then there was silence. I'm alone again. I followed the light of the fire for hours and hours until I got close enough to see the fire itself in the distance, with 3 figures standing around it. I would know Liam and Tristan a mile away. Wishful thinking, or maybe nostalgia, almost tempted me to think that the third silhouette was Hud at first. It used to be such a familiar sight, the 3 of them together, but the third silhouette could only have been Carver. I don't know what I expected, thinking about Carver all this time and not actually seeing him, but he was just a regular person. Just a man with a face that was caked in mud and eyes that reflected the firelight. I thought that was it, that it was finally time to confront Carver once and for all, but as I started to get close, the firelight changed. It got brighter and brighter the closer I got. It was loud and violent, angry, and the 3 of them just sat there staring into the fire as the light got so bright that I couldn't see them at all anymore. And then it snapped off like someone flipped a switch. When I could see again, I was there alone in the dark, by myself. I don't know how long I sat there calling into the dark. He got away from me this time, but I was there, looking right at him, and he didn't even know it. Was this how he felt when he was watching me and the boys, like an animal circling its prey? Let's see. Note from Carver. Rosemary actually believes she can finish this herself. Little does she know that it's been over 4 years. Her family made their mark and it sealed their fate. The one I obey and her hands wrapped tightly around them ever since. I act as her hands. The rifle shoots where the hunter points. The axe obeys the woodsman. What she wants will be done. A tree falls in the woods. She marks where it must land. An offer extended lures in the lost child. A visit at the window secures the fresh bait. A martyr is made, screaming into the empty night. Torn, wrenched apart, hacked to bits, carved. I only notice now that certain letters are lighter in print. It's very faint, but it might spell something. Let's see. This is where it has led us. We've stitched them back together. You helped me seed the forest soil with lost souls. I can nearly see the sun rising above the trees. A new day might finally come. For me, the first in years. My work is finally finished. You don't understand, not yet, but you will. Let's see, so the lighter ink... I see an I and a D, D, W, H, A-T-S. Hats. He asked. Oh. He asked. Oh yeah, it says he asked. Now he... Oh, it's so hard to see. Okay, wait, let me, Can you guys even see the difference? Like this I is lighter. Oh, it's really hard to see. This D. It's just a little lighter. Okay, let me see. When I really look closely. Okay, the I is the first one, I think. Oh, there's another I. I did what he asked. Oh, oops, sorry, that's a messy D right there. O-W-H-E. Now he R-E-Y? I'll just write down the letters that I see and then we can see what comes from it. O-N-Y-O-U. Oh, now her eyes are on you. I did what he asked. Okay, and then the secret font. Let's see. This message will self-destruct. This message is for you. Investigator. Investigator. It's for us. In fact, both of them are. This message is for you, investigator. In fact, both of them are. Oh, okay. So message 1 is what's on the page. Message 2 is the hidden print, I think. Unless... No, nothing. Okay. So these are the love letters. We also have the picture. Oh yeah, and it says this as well. What was the diary page, wasn't it? Do you think we find more and it's like a circle? Or a spiral? Him, I think she's... God, I can't read these. You guys are so much better at this than I am. Maybe if I read the letter, or I write the letters out bigger and then you guys can see it. But we might need to actually... I think there's one more maybe to complete the circle. Maybe. Local newborn nearly hits the trails. Lifelong Burkittsville resident Rosemary Kent entered into labor 2 months early, oh god, while taking a scenic stroll through the Black Hills forest with her husband Saturday. The Kents have made a habit of taking a light walk every day just to get out of the house, according to Father Hudson Kent. I remember catching a glimpse of our initials carved high up in a tree inside of a heart, which I know we did as teenagers, only this looked fresh. It was still bleeding dark sap. Then I felt a chill go down my spine and I knew that Tristan was going to be born on that day. And if we didn't get moving, it would happen right there in the forest, Kent reflected with a smile as she held the newborn Tristan in her arms. The Kents rushed to the hospital where Rosemary gave birth to a healthy baby boy, according to doctors. Despite his premature birth, doctors said Tristan Kent was in great health, although his ecstatic parents were surprised to note that he didn't even cry. What can I say besides that I'm glad we made it out in time and got Rosie and the baby to the hospital? Hudson Kent said. I can't imagine anything worse than being stuck in the forest with a medical emergency to worry about, let alone when there's a kid involved. Tristan will be kept in the hospital under observation for a few more days before being sent home to join his adoring family. So born 2 months early. Okay, we'll keep these together because they're all spiral. Every time something horrible happens, people come to exploit the story. Anthony. Super neutral. This looks like Blacklighty, don't you think? But nothing. Okay, so love letters. October 10, October 31st, October 12. So let me put that one there. Got it. Rosemary, you've been on my mind all day. Wait, is my tea drinkable? Let me see. Rosemary, you've been on my mind all day. I was barely able to focus in class. I've been thinking about asking you to the festival in a few weeks, but there's no way in a million years that I'll ever be able to summon the courage. Still, I can't help but imagine us on top of the Ferris wheel, kissing and holding hands. I imagine that it's just the two of us looking down on the town and the sea of trees beyond it. Instead, I'm out here all alone in that sea of trees right by where those college students supposedly went missing a while back, and that poor little boy, too. You know, there's a bloodstain on the tree trunk I'm sitting next to right now. It's mine, from a time when I must have gotten a wicked splinter or something without noticing, and it's almost perfectly in the shape of my hand, even though I could have sworn that I didn't bleed nearly that much when I got cut. I can press my own palm against it and it almost feels warm. That's how lonely and pathetic I am. I've been reduced to holding hands with a tree. I've been out here since sunrise, and I guarantee that when I get back home in a few hours, the only thing my parents will care about is whether or not I track mud into the house, and not that I've been hanging out in the murder forest for weeks, playing hooky and writing down my daydreams about a girl who barely knows I exist. You know, like a total creep. God, I'm lame. You're never going to see this because there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to give it to you. I'm going to shove this letter all the way to the back of the hollow of this tree and shove it, any thought of you all the way to the back of my mind. HUD. HUD. Even though the walk was long and even though I got more than a few cuts and bruises along the way, I'm very glad that I insisted you bring me to the hollow yesterday and that you let me bully you into showing me the note that you wrote. I know that you go out there pretty often, even though I can't for the life of me understand why, so I hope you'll find this note in the next few days. I'm about to sneak out on my own to hide it inside the stump right next to the first one. Things have been tough at home lately. Jess has been a total mess, and my parents seem to think that ignoring the fact that she's a total mess will make her less of one, when it's having the opposite effect. This might sound silly, but I'd kind of been blaming this place for all of my family's problems, even though I don't believe in any of the stories. Like, not even a little bit. But still, some part of them must have gotten to me without me even realizing. I mean, after all, I'm sure as hell been avoiding the woods up until now. But coming out here with you took away some of the mystique. A place is whatever you make it, and you've made this place a safe haven for me over the past few days. This is all to say, thanks for the note. It was good for me to read in lots of ways, and this is me returning the favor. Yes, HUD, you are very lame, but you're at least 3 times as cute as you are lame. That's cute. I've been having the same nightmare every night for weeks about something huge and farmless. I have no farm! Formless coming down from the sky and swallowing me up. I wake up and go about my day, but I can never shake the need to glance up at the sky and make sure I'm safe. Except when I'm with you. When we're together, I forget that dream entirely. I know I'm safe when we're together. You bring me peace, Rosemary. I want to be able to bring you peace, too. I have no farm and I must hoe. You do, HUD, you do. No one's ever made my heart beat like this. No one's ever made my words stick in my throat like you do. Even though it's cold out, even though the wind makes the dry leaves and twigs on the trees rattle like bones, when I think about you, I only think of summer and life and light. Sometimes I can't help but wonder what it would be like if, sometime in the spring, we stayed out here late into the night and watched the stars. Just think about waking up next to each other in the late morning, when the sun shines through the leaves. I know we couldn't actually go through with it, but I like to picture it nonetheless. I'll watch the stars with you anytime and almost anywhere. Not here, but anywhere else. My mom always tells me that love is hard work, but falling for you was so easy, like magic. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. My protection against everyone and everything else in this town. My protection? Oh, hey, it's this one again. Oh, I need to look. What is it again? Pig something, right? What's it called? Pig pen. Here we are. So let's see. Yeah, you guys can see that. Okay. That's a Y. O. U. Your. My. What is that one? C. H. You're my charm? Is that what it says? You're my charm. I'm sorry it's been so long since I replied. My parents have been keeping a close eye on me since they saw us holding hands at the festival. My dad isn't as awful as he seemed, I promise. That present you won me is so great to play around with. I've been acting out little scenes between the animals like a kid and slotting them together. Oh, the shadow play thing. Slotting them together and taking them apart over and over again. I like that the animals form a whole new creature when they're together. I kind of feel like you and I do that too. With love. What's this? Your charm again? Yeah. Yeah, so she says your charm as well. I never knew what I wanted before you. Now I do. I want this. I want us. To be loved by you is all I really want. HUD. The next time we meet out here, let's... Oh god, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's... That's so many. C. A. R. That's V. Carve. Carve. R. Is that names? Initials? Yeah, initials. Into this. Stump. Dude, that's such a bad idea. They just made straight up witch babies. Carve our... So, next time we meet out here, let's carve our initials into this stump. Since the hollow area inside of it is where we've been leaving all of our letters, we should leave a mark on the place where we first fell in love. Our love will be a part of the land itself. And then he says... The... thing... Think about R plus H, Rosemary and HUD. I have a hard time showing you guys everything. Then W. Written here. Side of little her heart. Forever. Okay, and then only one more. He's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Maybe he's bewitched already. Like it's making him go for her even stronger. That sounds amazing. There are so many sad stories. Stories about... There are so many sad stories about this place. Let's make a happy one together. Ah, you sealed your own fate, really. I didn't see any other spirals. Unless it's on this. No. Okay, so the shadow thing. They were saying they were sticking all the animals together, and then if you did it a certain way, it would show a new creature. Don't really know. Okay, so we have 4 animals we can stick into it. I guess they're on different heights. So I'm curious which one goes where. I'm gonna just stick them in regularly. Or randomly, I mean. See what happens. But it was shadow play, right? So you have to point the light at it. There's definitely some, like, these are all, like, a same height, which is probably important. But... Oh, wait. They do have numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and... Oh! Okay, wait. This little guy goes first. I think that's what I had. Then the turtle is number 3. And then the duck is the last one. Okay, so now they're in the right order. Oh, it is a bunny, isn't it? If you look at it like that, it kind of looks like a bunny. Like it jumps. That's like the head there and then 2 legs on this side. Maybe? So would the password be bunny? Oh, the security question, right. Forgot your password. Answered the following security question to access the file. He won her this creature, which proved to be the sum of its parts. So, rabbit? Wait, what were her words? Was it bunny? Oh no, it just says, the present you won me is so great to play around with. Like the animals form a whole new creature when they're together. So I guess we should just try rabbit. Oh, now there's a different question. It says, she took this name upon herself in secret and it only proved her hubris. Your charm? Invalid. Okay, maybe just charm. Her second child was mine from the moment she shuddered while her own bleeding heart loomed above her, emblazoned with these letters. R plus H. Her firstborn whispered hoarse and barely heard, telling her this time, the only time in a timeless place. I'm sorry? Was that what he said? I'm so sorry, Mom? The only time... Wait, no, it's a time. Telling her this time, the only time in a timeless place. Did she say anything about hearing anything? Firstborn whispered hoarse. No, Tristan was the secondborn, wasn't he? Yeah, she didn't hear them say anything, did she? The swirl? Yeah, we can look at this. We haven't tried to actually decipher it. These seem to, like, go nicely together, but... this bigger one doesn't really... Unless I do it like that, it kind of forms a circle. I'll write from a random place what I think it says. So I can read these, but I can't give up. Okay, and then I And then comes the stuff that I can't read, so... I also don't know if they go together there or some other place, so I'll just start a new one on this one. So I'll just write out the gibberish and then you guys can look at it, okay? RHEA. Okay, so when I know what it is, I'll just write it out. Now's not the time to write sloppily. YGNASI. It's AEIMT. It's time. Ooh, there's time. It's time to... That's this piece. And then here I have NACEFLEAL. That's a capital. Oh, that's Liam. ERAN. Me. I can LOAMTS. Okay. Saying? Ah, yeah. Saying. I think he's saying it's time to... Oh, and this is a separate. These are separate entries. Can... I hear him. Oh, yeah. Feel. Oh. Can feel Liam. Near me. I can almost. That's it. So, I can't give up. I can feel Liam near me. I can almost hear him. I think he's saying it's time to... There is another one somewhere. We're missing something. It's time to what? That's what we need. I just said tomatoes so confidently. You missed a word with the... Did I? Oh, rest. Can almost hear him. I think he's saying it's time to rest, but I can't give up. Oh, rest. Totally missed that. First one whispered hoarse and barely heard, telling her this time, the only time in a timeless place, rest. The truth has been spelled out by the one who carves. He is finished, but I am not. Tell me, detective, on whom my sights are fixed. My sights are fixed. Tell you what. That's Carver, right? Us, you the investigator. So should I just say me? Or you? Oh. Okay. Hello, it says. Hello, how are you? I'll put the microphone here for a bit so I won't be able to say much, but you can hear the video then. It's a pile of rocks we're looking at.
This is a message for the detective. I keep circling back to this exact pile of stones. I can only hope that a search party will find them too. My phone's light is useless in this dark. If this flashlight stops working before I find the boys, it might be over for me. But I know they're close. If I don't make it back, you can follow my trail based on this video. I keep seeing...
The Carver doll.
What is that?
Oh no, it's different.
No.
Oh! That can't be it. Is that it? That was it! That's the end of the season? So she found the whole family. What about the dog? Yeah, so the dog came out and then led Anthony to the stump, right? So I think the dog is just with Anthony. I think he's taking care of the dog. Season 2 is of them too then. I think so, yeah. Did the woman in the video die? I don't think we know. I think, well, I would assume so. Honestly. Because she sees, it's basically how the movies end, right? You see someone facing away from you and that's like the end. So it kind of follows that. But there might still be, I don't think there's any hope for them, honestly. They basically sealed their fate the moment they did the blood offering and the witch was like, yeah, I'll have some babies. Yeah, and then it said at the end that their sights were now on us. So, oh, I only now realized. Her face is like stretched out on the right there. Like it's like their faces are blushed out, but hers is being stretched. Yeah, the video was really cool though. I do like the fact that we got a video for the end of the season, but it's not the kind of like ending I hoped for. I wonder if they were like, as they were putting out the seasons, it was doing so well for them that halfway through season 1 they were like, yeah, let's make it 2 seasons, and then decided to like do more. So season 2 is us trying to survive them. Yeah, and maybe still finding Rosemary. It was all about us being at-home detectives, right? And we had to like go through the files and the documents and then put the clues together. I can't believe we finished season 1. That's cool. Now we have to wait for season 2 to arrive. Well, I do actually have episode 1, season 2. Ugh, I'm so excited. I am really excited, but I also have these that I want to play with you guys. Abandoned Cabin mystery game. I have The Dark and Stormy Night. I have Museum Nocturnus, which should be really fun, that I've been really eager to play as well. Obviously, I want to keep the story going, so I'm sure we'll get back to Blair Witch Season 2 real soon. But I definitely, at least, I think I want to do one of these. At least one of them. I'm so curious about this, and this is like, these two are their boxes of the year. So this one won 2019, and this one was the best of 2020. So if we like these, there's so much more I can get from this company as well. And I have a whole stack of puzzles there. I have the Where's Waldo still. I have the Odd Pieces puzzles. I have so much that we need to get through.